A blessed day to you all my viewers and subscribers. Welcome back to the channel. Alright my peeps, so the West Indies versus Australia test series, done and dusted with West Indies losing the series 2-0. Pretty much how most of us would have envisioned it, or most of us, would have predicted that things would have gone. And I must say that the second and final test match that was concluded early this morning, that went pretty much how we thought the entire series would have gone, you understand? And, coming out of it, there are a few things that we can be proud of, while there are a couple of things there that we definitely need to improve on. You understand? Before we talk about all of that, I'm just going to go through the scorecard again for the second test so you can see exactly how things went down. So Australia batted first, and in that first innings they scored a 511 for 7, and we went in and we were only able to get 214 all out. They went back in and made 199 for 6 declared, and then listen, we were bowled out for 77. Yes, you heard me right. We were bowled out for 77. You understand? So in both innings of this second test match here for Australia, we were unable to dismiss them. They had to declare. I think it was probably the same thing in the first test match also. So we were unable to pick up 20 wickets, my viewers and subscribers. Definitely not the way you want your test team to be bowling, because you have to be able to pick up 20 wickets to win test matches. And I can understand that it wasn't our first string bowling lineup, but we saw pretty much our first string bowling lineup in the first test match. We did not win that game. You understand? We went pretty close to drawing the game, and it wasn't only because of the bowling. It was probably because of the batting with Brathwaite and Tejnara and Shandopal fighting in both innings of that first test match there. So getting bowled out in the second innings here of this final test match sounds like pretty much what we were expecting, you understand, of this tour. So coming out of the tour, the top scorers, Tejnara and Shandopal, in the first game he had a 50 and a 40 odd, and then in this game here, he was able to get 47, and in the second innings he got 17, and funny enough, that 17 turned out to be the top score of the second innings. When I made the report yesterday, I was only messing around saying that Tejnara and Shandopal 17 might end up being the top score, and it so happened that 17 was the top score. The next best was Joshua Da Silva with 15 and Raston Chase with 13. You understand? Then we had Devon Thomas who made 12. So that is pretty much how it went, my viewers and subscribers. We have to say shout out to the captain, Craig Brathwaite, for that century that he got in the first test match. You understand? And it wasn't to be in the second test. It's just one of them things. We were outplayed by a team that is way better than us. I know the West Indians that are still stuck in the 70s and the 80s. They probably will feel hurt when I say this, that the team is nowhere close to Australia. And if we are watching the cricket with understanding, you will know exactly why I said that. Over the past 2 years or so, the test team, we haven't been embarrassed really. We have pulled out a couple of victories, we have drawn a couple of series, but it just goes to show how far. I think we are ranked 6 and Australia 1. It just goes to show how far, 1 is from 6 in terms of performances. We pulled a rabbit out of the hat in the first game, but this second game just goes to show that consistency is what we're lacking, and the ability to bat long, and consistently bat long. We saw them trying. And I mean, it wasn't like it was the entire batting unit that did well in the first game. It was because of that century from Brathwaite and the half century and thing from Tejnara and Shandopal. You understand? It's not like we have the openers going down to number 5, 6 performing consistently. So we are not where we should be. So that is how the second innings went, my viewers and subscribers, getting bowled out for 77. And there are a few things that we need to learn and need to tighten up on, especially those 2 runouts for I think Tejaner and Shandopal, and Tejaner and Shandopal got run out, I think, and trying to remember who else got run out. But it just goes to show that, you know, our head is not in the game of viewers and subscribers, because I am not too sure how you are chasing 400 and you are getting run out, two runouts in one innings, chasing over 400. You understand? You know, we have to be more mindful of what needs to be done in terms of, you know, how the risk. You don't need to take too many risks if you're chasing 400 and already have a couple of wickets done. So, you know, we need to be careful. We need to tighten up on our defense. You know, we would have seen how Jason Holder got out in the second innings last night. One might say that he could not have helped that a peach of a delivery from Mitchell Starc, you know, pitching and doing some inward movement, going to hit the stump. So Jason Holder was totally bamboozled by Mitchell Starc. Our ability to play spin, that is still suspect, especially from the top order. You know, we know Raston Chase, when he gets a chance to bat, he will try to hang around when he comes on to facing the spin. You know, but the guys in the top, we get bamboozled too easily when it comes on to facing spin. So coming out of this tour against Australia, I think that, you know, I don't want to say we can hold our heads high. We can hold it semi-high, because we went in expecting both games to be completed or to be finished in 3.5, 4 days. And as I said, the first test went down to the final day, and this one here, we still had a day or so to go. But, you know, this is not me celebrating, because you can't celebrate in something like this. But at the end of the day, my viewers and subscribers, the guys went, and as I said, we were anticipating them getting steamrolled. Couple of guys went and did their thing. Can you imagine this? West Indies going to Australia, and our reserve wicketkeeper was more handy with the ball than some of the frontline bowlers. You understand? Devon Thomas, you know, picking up wickets in that game there, being even more handy than some of the bowlers, as I said. Alzarri in the second innings there took 3 wickets. Raston Chase took 2. Devon Thomas, he bowled only 2 overs in that innings there and didn't pick up any wicket. But in terms of the first innings, you would remember that Devon Thomas, he was on the board with a couple of wickets. Let me see, Alzarri had 2 for 107 there, and Devon Thomas bowling 14 overs had 2 for 53. You understand? And in that first innings, we didn't get any wicket from Anderson Phillip. Raston Chase, Marquino Minley had to leave because of a suspected injury in that one there. So, you know, that is where our cricket is at, my peeps. You know, Jaden Seas and Roach, Kyle Mears, they were expected to pick up wickets, but they had to be replaced. So, you know, Devon Thomas came in and he did what was asked, he did what was necessary and picked up wickets for us. So we have to say kudos to him, shout out to him for being able to coming in and picking up wickets, you know. But the primary role, his primary job in the team was as a batsman. He came in as a specialist batsman, and you know, that role he wasn't able to really do much with the bat. So, you know, I guess it's on to the next series as South Africa. Doesn't get much easier, my viewers and subscribers. The Pacers will be there just the same. You know, Nakia, Ngidi, Rabada, and we have another pacer there that we will definitely have to deal with. So that is pretty much how it look, my viewers and subscribers. So we just want to say shout out to the players for going over there in Australia and giving it their all. At the end of the day, you cannot do more than you can do. You cannot do more than your talent is allowing you to do. You cannot do more than where you are at in your career. You know, the only thing that I am proud of coming out of that series is that Tejaner and Shandopal was able to make his debut and he was able to get some runs. So, just to let you know, my peeps, later on this evening at 6 p.m. we will be doing our live show where we will go for 1 hour. And you will be able to come and have a talk with us, have a chat with us, so we can break down this test series, my viewers and subscribers. So, yeah, gonna leave it right there for now, my peeps. Just go and big up on yourself, and we'll touch base later on. Zane?